Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, we're talking Formula One with Lori Nelson-Kraft. Here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Nevada Newsmakers Goes to Washington is brought to you by Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you. NV Energy. NV Energy proudly serves Nevada, providing electricity to 2.4 million electric customers. The Nevada Mining Association, mining a better future for Nevada. And University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, offering the highest level of care in Nevada.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
Story County is leading Nevada. Home of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, Google, Tesla, Panasonic, and other world-leading companies. Story County provides thousands of tech, advanced manufacturing, and logistics careers for Nevadans. We're diversifying and driving Nevada's economy and generating millions in tax revenue and billions in economic activity across northern Nevada. Story County is leading Nevada's future.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Ahern Hotel. I am so delighted to welcome to the program Lori Nelson-Kraft. And I have to say up front that we have been friends forever. So please take that into account as you listen to this interview. She is currently the Senior Vice President for Corporate Affairs for Formula One, the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Now, previously, you worked for, not your entire history, but Station Casinos. You worked for the Convention Authority. What made you decide that you wanted to join Formula One?
I was at the LVCVA when the inaugural meeting with F1 and Liberty Media took place in September of 2021 and had no idea 3 short years later I'd be over there. But in that meeting, when our entities came together and they said, we want to stand up a race in Vegas, and Steve Hill said, we want the race to be here in Vegas. And to know that here we are 3 years later and going into the second race, pinch me moment, to be with the premier international motorsport and to combine my love for Las Vegas and bring those two together is a real honor. And to have the opportunity to spearhead communications, community engagement, and government affairs, I just look at my career path here and the opportunities I had, and I am so delighted to have the opportunity to bring all of those experiences and the relationships to help this important event evolve and become part of our community.
So you joined after the first event, and so you saw all that went down during that event and prior to that event. Did that give you any pause, or was that just more like a challenge?
I'd say it was probably somewhere in between. And what I appreciated about leadership when we came together and talked about me joining was their candor of this incredible event that was a great fan experience and put Las Vegas on a world stage in a way it never had been before. But the lessons that were learned, the misses that happened, and the intent was to really do right by the community and to be a good community partner. And I really appreciated their understanding that it was an enormous task to set up what they did so quickly, and that they were committed to improving, evolving, and doing right by the community. And that's what was appealing to me.
So obviously there was pushback from members of the county commission. There were pushback from Uber drivers and taxi drivers. My crew and I were here in town prior to the event, and drives that would take 10 minutes were suddenly taking a half hour, 45 minutes. People were having trouble getting to work. What has been discussed and done to help resolve some of these issues? Because even, and Tick Segerblum was on the program the other day, and he still has concerns, and he's talking about, well, we're in year 2, but maybe year 3, and I'm not sure about the 10-year deal. We'll see how that plays out, of course. But what things have been put in place to make life easier for Las Vegans who work on the Strip and need to get to and from work with not 4-hour commutes?
So the paving that took place last year was incredibly difficult and taxing on those employees and those visitors who were trying to get in and around the circuit. And that is a once every 10-year undertaking, and it definitely took its toll. The bridge on Flamingo from Las Vegas Boulevard, just to the other side of Koval, was also difficult. It was 4 lanes, and that was impactful. And we really took a step back and said, what can we do different? What can we do better? We listened. There have been hundreds of stakeholder meetings, conversations with businesses in along the circuit, with resort partners, with public agencies. We are lockstep with Clark County. We are working closely with commissioners, Public Works. We have several working groups to ensure that we are working hard and diligent to do right in the community, to stand up this event. And those improvements are really noticeable. I'd say the circuit preparations, you will see and experience that it's greatly reduced. We did start after Labor Day, and the majority of the work is taking place in the overnight hours, and instead of road closures, it's primarily been lane reductions, and in the morning it goes back to regular traffic patterns, and that's being lockstep with Public Works and all the other projects that are taking place. But we have been working in a counterclockwise motion around the track. Track lighting is finishing being installed, and track barriers next, but doing it in a very thoughtful way, less impactful, not as much work at a given time. And we also really invested in, there was a transportation management plan that was worked through Clark County, and that serves as the roadmap for all the circuit preparations, the install, the dismantling, race week. And we stood up in partnership with Kimley Horn an interactive website that in real time helps locals and visitors alike understand what's taking place, if whatever week it is, whether it's day or night, the different zones, very user-friendly. And this is the main mechanism to be able to convey and help people if they are going to be in and around the circuit during the times of the circuit preparations. And there's many people that are thankfully sleeping in the middle of the night, right. But we have taken into account the hospitality workforce. We are working closely with all those properties and their HR leaders on increased communications, making sure they are opting into our weekly text program that shares with you road work ahead for the week. We're working with local media to get the word out, these stakeholder meetings. So those are a lot of the efforts we've been doing to make sure we're communicating and people can plan for their commute if they are in and around the circuit.
And part of that is that there's a transportation system that you can go park at the convention center and take buses into where you work, correct? So
thank you for that. That is an employee mobility program that is in partnership with the LVCVA, and we're grateful for that. The week of race week, I believe it's that Wednesday through Sunday, all the employees that are in and around the circuit will have a park and ride option, so that if their shift is impacted when there are road closures because of the race, the convention center, the Rio, and the Orleans will serve as park and ride, and seamless system. LVCVA has regular meetings with points of contact. They've taken into account employee counts, shifts. Every employee will get a QR code that will get them access to either be dropped off at one of those lots or park their car, and that same QR code gets them on their shuttle bus as well as on the monorail. And so that should be a great solution to quickly and conveniently getting all the hospitality workers that need to service our guests for that week in for their shifts.
I need to do a sidebar here on the monorail, just because when you were at the Convention Authority and they purchased the monorail, the idea was that it was only going to be a temporary thing, probably 10 years, because it had been failing, but they needed to do something with the boring company that required them to purchase the monorail.
Right.
But since then, not only has it become profitable, but it's doing so well that they're looking at ways to replace the cars so it can continue on into the future.
It is fascinating, and I love how important the monorail has become as a choice to move our visitors, move our locals in and around the entire destination. It is important, and what I've learned over time, and especially during my time at LVCVA, is you need numerous solutions, from RTC to rideshare, to the monorail, to get people, to the boring company, to get people in and around. You have 150,000 plus hotel rooms. A regular Vegas weekend is, in addition to all the local residents here, you have over 300,000 visitors at a given time here. And the more options you have, the better it is. And I love that the LVCVA was able to leverage and utilize it and sees that it still holds an important piece moving forward.
All right, let's go back to the bridge over from Flamingo. That was 4 lanes, now it's cut down to 2 lanes, correct?
That's right.
I have a funny feeling you're going to tell me you can't discuss this, but there has been a lawsuit filed by businesses that were affected by that bridge,
right.
And that claim that they lost a lot of money. And I'm not doubting their claim, I'm just saying that that's their claim. Are you allowed to say anything about that?
Well, here's what I can share. I can share how we plan for the 24 race and moving forward. And one solution is we did listen and we did look for an alternate way. That temporary bridge is necessary by public safety officials with its proximity to the track. And so
because
it is necessary. They need to be able to get in and out. But finding a solution to reduce that bridge by 50%, it is actually being installed next week, and we've reduced the time frame for installation. We have ensured during that installation that access is available into all of those businesses, and we are communicating with reader boards and making sure on the website and through local news outlets that we are communicating when how to access those businesses. It will be located on the south side of Flamingo, and so you will automatically have access into the businesses on the south side, as well as the majority of the businesses are on the north side. The pedestrian bridge is locating over to the north side. And so those are lessons learned, and we are pleased that we were able to find that solution. So what will happen is after the bridge is installed, those 2 lanes will serve those travelers who are heading eastbound on Flamingo, and so those 2 lanes just kind of pick up where the other 2 lanes were. And then during what is called hot track, which are race times on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a little bit on Wednesday during some practice, that bridge will be utilized for one-way traffic heading east, one-way traffic heading west, and Metro will be assisting us with that.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back much more on F1 with Lori Nelson-Kraft after this timeout.
They want us to believe we only have 2 options. That's just not working anymore. I've never been a follower. I'm a businessman and entrepreneur. I'm ready to forge a new path to secure our future, one that keeps Northern Nevada free, fair, and wild. A path that means freedom for all, including affordable housing.
I'm Greg Kidd, and I approve this message because I'm not from either political party. I'm for Nevada.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday. Trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
We're in a book club. It's a fun group.
But Sam Brown's part of a different group.
The extremist movement with a far-right agenda.
Sam Brown said he wanted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, denying coverage to people with pre-existing conditions.
Brown supports letting states ban abortion.
And he was even caught saying he admires a plan that could phase out Social Security.
We've got our friends. Sam Brown has his. He's too extreme for Nevada.
Wynn Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're joined by Lori Nelson-Kraft, the Senior Vice President for Corporate Affairs for Formula One, the Las Vegas Grand Prix. How much did Netflix help the Grand Prix for the United States?
It's interesting. There's these turning points in sports. UFC, for instance, back in my Station Casinos days, it was the Ultimate Fighter and how it helped to get it into the mainstream. And Netflix has been a huge driver. The popularity of the behind the scenes and getting to know the drivers and their storyline has been incredibly helpful, especially as Formula One has been growing its footprint in the United States. Now Las Vegas serves as the third race. Miami, Austin, which that race is coming up.
And weren't you just in Austin?
Yes, and I needed to peek behind the curtain and see what my role is and try to understand it, and I really wanted to learn from my counterparts. And so it's incredibly important what that has served. In fact, it was really cute. We got a call from Make-A-Wish, and one of their teens who is now in remission from cancer, when she was in the hospital being treated, she watched Netflix Drive to Survive, and Charles Leclerc became her favorite driver, and her wish was to go to the race. So we got to do our reveal recently, and the passion and the excitement was all due to Drive to Survive, because that's what got her through her hospital stay, and that's how she became a fan. And so you look at that and you see the emotional connection that show brings in attracting new fans and a new audience. And so it's been terrific for Formula One.
When you were in Austin, were you checking out the community involvement of Formula One with the community?
No. It was really about the event executing.
Oh, okay. Because it seems to me that was one of the things that versus the Golden Knights or the Raiders, that was kind of missing that first year before you got there, was an outreach to bring in, and there were several great letters written to me about that. You need to bring in the drivers and bring in the school kids, bring in the parents, have open days. So you have done a lot towards that, correct?
We have. Again, the inaugural year, it was such a massive undertaking to stand up the event, and there were certainly some wonderful efforts out in the community, but in year two, we have really harnessed the groundwork that we laid, and we have even greater opportunity. And so the day before the race happens, we are actually going to be doing a community day for 500 youth in the Clark County School District, those from the highest at-risk population and those who are involved in STEM education. And we're going to give them an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to produce the race, and they're going to learn from experts. And we're thrilled over that, and we have the UNLV. There are racing clubs within the School of Engineering, and we're going to be able to expose them, and they're going to meet some of the teams. And we have just found all these wonderful ways to bring the thrill of F1 into the community. And I'd say the biggest initiative that we're most proud of is that we wanted to make sure locals and visitors alike had the opportunity to feel and touch and experience the thrill of F1 without necessarily needing a ticket to the event. And we're going to be hosting a fan experience. The Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix fan experience will be the Friday and Saturday of race weekend across the street from Wynn Las Vegas next to Fashion Show Mall. 2-day festival where the teams are going to activate. F1 Academy, the female drivers, are going to come out and demo, and our partners are going to activate. And the best part, and the thing I'm most proud of, is we're doing it for free. And when we announced this back in August, we put tickets out in the universe through our partnership with Ticketmaster, because we still need to account for how many, even though it's free, how many people we can host at a given time, and the maximum is 25,000. So in less than 48 hours, the 70,000 free tickets were taken, and when we look at whose hands they are equally in the hands of Nevadans as they are to visitors coming to town.
One of the things that I have thought from the beginning, when some of the issues came up, was that this needs to be in a way like NFR, because Thomas & Mack could only hold so many people, and so therefore over the years the other properties that couldn't be involved with Thomas & Mack started putting on their own events at each individual property. So this year it's already great to see that Derek Stevens from Circa is putting on this major event downtown. But don't you think that that's the way that this is going to progress? If we're going to have it over the 10-year period and potentially beyond that, that every property needs to be able to doing their own thing as part of the Grand Prix?
Absolutely. You know what? We want, when Formula One comes to town for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, we want this to be good for everyone. And again, you can look at, there's only so many people that can go to the event. Yet Las Vegas can host over 300,000 visitors at a given time. So downtown hosting the Neon Festival is fantastic. Our fan experience event, which will be able to invite so many other people to be part of F1, is great. You also have the Raiders, and they have a game against the Broncos on that Sunday. So there really is a little something for everyone. And you're right, when you look at how Las Vegas has evolved in hosting these large-scale events, NFR is that perfect example. You know, you learn a lot every year, you expand, you evolve, and you make sure there's opportunities for everyone to be able to get involved. In fact, if you're not a partner of the race, there are license agreements to host viewing parties and your own activations.
Exactly.
And there's other ways to, that you can get involved with those opportunities. So I'm really proud to see some of those extensions come into year 2.
Okay, and we're going to be very proud to go to this commercial break so we can make a little money here. We'll be right back.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking,
no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
Welcome to the Winnemucca Big R.
Hi, I'm John Walker. Welcome to Big R Lovelock.
Hi, I'm Rich Martin. Welcome to Fallon Big R.
My name is Braden. Welcome to Big R Fernley.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to Big R Sparks.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers with Lori Nelson-Kraft. She's the Senior Vice President for Corporate Affairs for Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix. How much does the state benefit from this in terms of tax revenue?
So 2023 inaugural year produced $77 million in taxes from the state down. 22 million of that went to the schools. I believe that number ranks highest for a single event in what it produced in taxes, and it even surpassed hosting the Super Bowl.
That's amazing. Please come back after the race and tell us all about it. We want all the juicy stuff, okay?
I'm in.
Okay, thank you. And we'll be right back.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Here on 7 at 7, we're bringing you the local headlines in just 7 minutes.
We've got you covered in the morning, evening, and for all breaking news in between and as it happens.
Life is busy, and we don't waste your time. Join us for local news now streaming on our YouTube page.
Nevada Newsmakers Goes to Washington is brought to you by Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you. NV Energy. NV Energy proudly serves Nevada, providing electricity to 2.4 million electric customers. The Nevada Mining Association, mining a better future for Nevada. And University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, offering the highest level of care in Nevada.
Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers coming to you from Las Vegas. Our thanks to the Ahern Hotel for accommodating us. We'll see you on the next broadcast.